Simplify each expression, then sort each expression into the appropriate bin. Before we begin, you have to understand what categories you're going to be putting these problems into. This one says the opposite of -2. This one says the opposite of 2. So automatically, we have to understand that -2 is not the value. The opposite of -2 is equal to +2. And the opposite of 2 equals -2. So when you're sorting the answers out, you have to make sure you put them in the appropriate bin. So here, the first one is 8 divided by the absolute value of 4. Okay, we're going to evaluate the absolute value first. So I'm going to write down the rest of the problem. 4 is 4 units away from 0 to the right, so the absolute value is 4. And so 8 divided by 4 is 2. So this solution goes into the opposite of -2. So that's why I said you had to be careful, because we couldn't put it in this category. So next problem. 7 plus -8 minus 1. These have two different signs, so I'm going to subtract them. 8 minus 7 is 1. I have more negatives, so the answer is -1. And then I'm going to bring down the rest of the problem. Now I'm just going to rewrite the subtraction problem as an addition problem. So -1, subtraction turns into addition, and the opposite of 1 is -1. So this answer is -2. They have the same signs, so we add them and keep the sign. So this right here expression is the opposite of 2, which is -2. Next expression, -12 plus 4 minus -6. Okay, we're going to go in order from left to right. -12 plus 4, they have two different signs, so let's subtract them. 12 minus 4 is 8. I have more negatives, so the answer is going to be negative. Let's write down the rest of the problem. Now I'm going to rewrite my subtraction sentence as addition sentence. Subtraction turns into addition. Opposite of -6 is +6. Now these have two different signs. Again, we're going to subtract them. So 8 minus 6 is 2. I have more negatives, so the answer is negative. So this answer is -2, which is the opposite of 2. So that answer goes there. All right, our next problem is 5 minus 11 plus the absolute value of -8. So I'm going to head and evaluate the absolute value first. So I'm going to write down the rest of the problem. -8 is 8 units to the left of 0, so it's still the absolute value. It's positive, so here is, it's going to be 8 units away from 0. All right, let's go ahead and do 5 minus 11, or I like to say 5 plus a -11. Again, subtraction turns into addition. Opposite of +11 is -11. And they have different signs, so I'm going to subtract them. 11 minus 5 is 6. I have more negatives, so the answer is going to be negative. So -6 plus 8. Again, these have two different signs, so let's subtract them. 8 minus 6 is 2. I have more positives. So this equals 2, which is the opposite of -2. So I'm going to put this in this category. Okay, moving on to the last two. We have in parentheses 5 times the absolute value of -2 minus 8. Okay, this is our first one with multiplication. So let's go ahead and do the absolute value first. So the absolute value of -2 is +2. Okay, order of operations tells us to do parentheses first. So 10 minus 8 is 2. So 2 is the opposite of -2. So this falls into the category of the opposite of -2. All right, last one. We have -3 plus 4 minus the absolute value of -5 plus 2. Okay, that's a lot. Multi-step. Okay, let's start with the absolute value first. Absolute value of -5 is +5 because it's 5 units away from 0, even though it's to the left. Okay, so now we're going to get into our addition now. So -3 plus 4, they have different signs. So we're going to subtract them. 4 minus 3 is 1. I have more positives. All right, writing down the rest of the problem. I do have subtraction. Let me change that first. So 1 stays the same. Subtraction turns into addition. The opposite of 5 is -5. Okay, so now 1 plus -5, they have different signs. So 5 minus 1 is 4, more negatives, so the answer is negative. So -4 plus 2 is going to equal -2. They had different signs. I subtracted them. I had more negatives. Okay, so this answer is -2, which is the opposite of 2. So this falls into this category. Okay, hope that video was helpful. Thank you. Bye.